Overnight, President Trump ramping up his claims about election security. The White House posting newly declassified but heavily redacted documents.
Put together, these disclosures reveal an election system so broken and so vulnerable that no one can possibly defend it.
The president describing efforts by China to access U.S. voter rolls, though much of that information is already publicly available. While China denies it, Trump alleges the country targeted his 2020 campaign.
They fought like hell not to have it, Donald Trump, to win.
Adding that members of what he calls the deep state tried to cover it up.
In our intelligence agency worked to actively suppress and downplay information about the extent of China's sinister election meddling.
But one of the documents released overnight also refers to Chinese efforts to target Joe Biden's campaign. And for years, U.S. intelligence assessments have shown that American voting systems have been a target of foreign adversaries. Years of recounts, audits, lawsuits, and reviews have not found evidence of enough fraud to overturn Trump's 2020 loss.
Our purpose in disclosing this information is not to weaken confidence in election, but to earn that confidence by confronting vulnerabilities and correcting them very, very quickly.
The president also pointing to a review of state voter rolls and public records by the Department of Homeland Security.
They identified approximately 278,000 non-citizens who are registered to vote in federal elections.
But election experts say the database that may have been used for that analysis often flags newly naturalized citizens as non-citizen voters. Meanwhile, the president is pushing Congress to pass sweeping legislation known as the Save America Act that would require voter ID and proof of citizenship.
How easy is that to do unless you want to cheat?
The bill faces long odds in the Senate, in part because of concerns it would make it harder for Americans to vote.
What we're going to do, if we continue down this path, is to convince the American people that you can't count on your election results. And that is dangerous.
Someone who was not in the room while the president made his case overnight was his longtime technical advisor and teleprompter operator, Gabe. He's now on unpaid leave after allegedly making more than $90,000 on the prediction market Kalshi from placing bets on the president's past remarks. We have not been able to reach him for comment, Laura.
All right, Gabe Gutierrez, thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.